Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. Welcome back to more Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 fights. This series does not have a name. I may never give it one. How y'all doing today? I don't know how many more times I'm going to show off this menu thing. I think the menu thing is going to get kind of short, and or I'm just going to cut it out entirely. There was something I didn't talk about before that I kind of want to talk about. I sort of showed off all the options a little bit. I mean, I showed off the battle settings and everything before. I leave it on very strong. It's on infinite. It's going to be like that every time. If that starts getting skipped, just trust me that I'm still doing, calm versus calm and all that jazz. We're going to pop into a single battle here today. There is one more thing I kind of want to point out and sort of get you guys' a recommendation. I have not played Budokai Tenkaichi 3 myself in a very, very long time. So if any of you guys out there are like experts on it, I might start looking into seeing if there's anything I can do to better the fights, and I'll show you guys what I mean here in just a second. But today we're going to be looking at, as I showed you guys, obviously you can tell by the title, and we're going to be doing exactly that fight today. As soon as I can find him, here we go. We're going to be looking at King Piccolo, and King Piccolo is going to be taking on this other character that I can find here in just a second. Here it is. Yeah, King Piccolo is going to be taking on Android 8. No, in all seriousness, it's in the title. They don't have the menu thing figured out, so they kind of assign the characters that I'm going to be picking to different characters, just kind of fill the slots so that it works. But as you can see, there's different custom slots here. This is the thing I want to bring up and talk about. There's different custom slots. And the different custom slots, you can assign different loadouts, different items, and things like that to specific characters. I don't know if there were any loadouts or items I could give to characters that would help the fight out many. Maybe I can give them all like extra large health to make the fights go longer. For now, we're just going to be doing, I think we're just going to be doing a best 2 out of 3. I think we're just going to be doing a best 2 out of 3. Between what's going on here. Also, I've been trying to pick maps that are, we'll pick the Cell games, give somebody the home field advantage. I've been trying to pick maps that are flat for the most part. I don't mind environments that are there to destroy, such as cities and things like that, where buildings can get knocked over. But if you get areas with like rivers or sort of mountains that kind of have drop-offs, the CPU's kind of dumb out. And it might end up screwing a CPU character. Okay, so funny story. I was actually just talking about setting up loadouts and doing custom loadouts to help even fights out in the future. I just actually had to go back in and mess with it a little bit. As you can see here, the fight it's probably been given away by the title already. Is going to be Golden Cell, which is this King Piccolo Form 1 here as far as this goes, versus Golden Frieza. Well, when I started the fights, Frieza had way more health than Cell, and he was mopping the floor with him in a matter of seconds. Like, it wasn't even fair. So I'm going to go ahead and run back these fights, giving Cell a defense boost. As you could say, I gave Cell defense ×3. I don't know if it's going to save him here, but I did go ahead and raise Cell's defense, just that way I feel like he had a shot at competing with Frieza. Anyways, Golden Cell versus Golden Frieza. A lot of people are going to look at this and instantly think probably two things. First one being Golden Cell. That's freaking ridiculous, Thundershot. What the hell are you talking about? But it's not that far-fetched. If Frieza always had the ability to go golden dormant, like within himself, if Frieza always had the ability to go golden, if he just needed to train a little bit for it, Cell never really trained either. Cell just ate people. You know what I mean? He just sucked people up with his tail. So if you think for a second that maybe if Cell came back, Cell trained for a little bit, he's got Frieza's DNA inside of him. The ability of like Cell going golden is not that far-fetched of a concept. Will it ever happen in the anime? Probably not. Probably not. As Cell lands a perfected rush here. As you can see though, in the upper right and left-hand corners, you can see the health bars. Frieza is like maxed out on health bars. You can see he's got 6 extra health bars there, and Cell only has 3. That's why this was so bad. That's why I had to give Cell an increased defense. I don't believe Frieza has the increased defense. As he fires off another golden death, Frieza able to block these and use his ki to get around it. Perfected rush again coming and getting at Frieza again with that one. I don't believe Frieza has the raised defense. Even though Frieza has way more health bars, Cell takes less damage. I hope that's going to even out the fight here. As you guys can predict who you think is going to win this in the comment section down below. Probably going to run a best 2 out of 3 unless this first fight goes on really long. I think that's going to be my rule of thumb for this kind of stuff. Anyways, no, I said the first thing people are going to think is Golden Cell, that's ridiculous. And while it is a ridiculous thing, it might show up in the anime or manga, it's not a ridiculous concept as far as the Dragon Ball universe goes, with how easy it would be for them to dig Cell out of hell as well and get him back into this. But Golden Frieza is where the money's at. I understand why they didn't. Thing number 2 they might think immediately is, well, Cell was way stronger than Frieza. Golden Cell would naturally be way stronger than Golden Frieza. And I don't know if that's necessarily true, just because of how much we've seen Frieza grow in power already since achieving the golden form. Like, Frieza got the golden form, and he was stronger than Blue until he ran out of energy. But Goku and Vegeta have both gotten so much stronger since the first time we saw Golden Frieza and Golden Frieza already appears to be back on par with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Now, a lot of people will say, you know, Goku's been holding back and things like that. I can't 100% get on board with that, but then again, I'm not as with it on Super these days. So if there's any, you know, definitive proof that I'm wrong, by all means, I'm always willing to be educated because I am not the guy to go to for knowledge these days. This is just me spitballing. Perfect Rush, they clash here. Melee Clash coming in. Cell gonna win the Melee Clash behind Frieza. Perfected Rush, but Perfected Rush runs into a barrage Death Beam attack. Frieza launching a bunch of Death Balls, a bunch of Death Beams all at once. Cell once again back behind Frieza, now landing a Golden Death Shot, and Cell's almost even up the health bars here. Another Golden Death Shot, that hits Frieza, and they're tied. And you gotta think here, they're not really tied, because Cell has the increased defense boost. Frieza has to put in more work to take down the remainder of Cell's health bar than Cell does for Frieza as they both begin charging here. I'm glad I put defense on him, because you guys didn't see the first couple fights. The first couple fights, Frieza absolutely washed Cell. It was not even close. Frieza would annihilate him, and now they're actually really close, coming in with 1 health bar a pop, but again, Cell has more defense. A Perfected Rush, this lands, Frieza's in trouble. Taking a sip of water here. Cell now putting Frieza on the ground. Very unlikely Frieza's able to win, but never say never. Frieza could turn this around in an instant. I can't believe how much the defense changes everything. Is Frieza able to dodge that Golden Death, but not able to dodge the attacks following up, the melee attacks following up. And Perfect Cell, Perfect Golden Cell, I should say, claims the first victory. We are going to run a best 2 out of 3 out of this, so I'm going to be right back. But to finish my thought for a second, I'm really glad I put defense on, because you guys didn't see the first couple of fights. Frieza destroyed Cell. Like, Cell wasn't even getting a health bar or 2 off Frieza, so I'm really glad I put the defense buff on. We're going to see these next 1 or 2 fights go, depending on how they go, in just a second. BRB. All right, we're back. Moving on to the next fight. So I had to take a short break, so if I forgot some of the stuff I said earlier, if I accidentally repeat myself, please do forgive me. We're moving on to fight 2 out of the best 2 out of 3. Once again, I did have to increase Cell's defense stat, because Frieza has way more health than him for some reason. I'm not 100% sure how these mods work. I just know I'm going to do the best I can to give us either the most even fight we can or the most accurate fight we can. And like I was saying in the last round, I don't think it's completely plausible to think that Cell, if he achieved the Golden Form, would just mop the floor with Frieza due to how much stronger Frieza's gotten since achieving the Golden Form. Now, obviously, if Cell had time to work on it, you know, there's a lot of different ways this could go. But I'm assuming if this fight were to happen, it would be not long after Cell was able to achieve Golden. And Frieza achieved Golden and got, you know, insurmountably stronger after achieving Golden and learning to control the Golden Form itself, whereas Cell would have just figured it out. Cell might have trouble with key control. Cell might have key control on lock. He just might not have gotten any kind of power spike after the Golden Form. And like we kind of stated earlier, power scaling in Super has been really, really weird. Like, Zamasu was supposed to be, like, even though he was immortal, he was supposed to be considerably weaker than Goku and Vegeta and SS Blue, but he still got shots off every now and again. Trunks wasn't supposed to be that strong, at least until he achieved Rage Mode. But before he achieved Rage Mode, he wasn't supposed to be that strong, and he was still keeping up with people he shouldn't have been able to keep up with. It was power scaling in Super's been really weird. Power scaling in Super's been really weird, and it's to the point now to where, like, I feel like throughout most of Z, I can kind of keep track of it. Most of Z, I can be like, oh, he got stronger here. This is what made him stronger. If this is what happened off screen, then you know what I mean. Like, you could kind of connect the dots in Z. But in, I feel like in Super, the dots are so over the place, all over the place. As far as connecting power scaling goes, like, there's no reason Krillin's as strong as he is. There's no reason Piccolo was able to get as strong as he was. You know what I mean? They just, things like that, they just, and I don't mind that. I don't mind power scaling not having any rhyme or reason anymore. As long as the show stays decent, and the Tournament of Power arc is looking to be pretty sick. I'm recording this as of today. The first episode with them actually fighting in the Tournament of Power arc just aired, so if I'm behind on any of that knowledge, that's why. Cell going for Golden Death. Frieza able to dodge it. Frieza in the lead here by quite a bit. Cell won the first round. Looking like Frieza's going to take the second one, but if I've learned anything from watching these fights when I was setting up, you know, when I was getting my videos worked out and how I was going to record these and everything like that, I watched a lot of CPU versus CPU fights just to kind of see how things would go. Not necessarily between specific characters, but just making sure my recording stuff was working. And I learned that these fights can turn on a dime. This one does not look like it's going to be turning on a dime unless this lands Golden Death. That takes a shaves off almost an entire health bar. Cell down to 1 health bar now. Frieza still has 4 left. Even with the increased defense, it's not looking good for Cell as he blasts another Golden Death shot. Frieza able to block part of that one, only losing about half a health bar there. Frieza down to his last 3 health bars, but like I said, Cell down to 1. As they keep going, Frieza landing some key shots coming in. Frieza just needs to keep chipping away. He does not need to eat more Golden Deaths to the face. Cell managing to win with these Golden Death spams. I'm assuming it's Golden Death Beam. You're going to see some move names. Oh, here another Golden Death. Cell's going to win this with spam. Frieza blocks it. Melee Clash. Here they go. Frieza able to win it. I think, oh, this is Frieza achieving max power. Now I got to give this one to Frieza. I'm going to have to call it here. I think Frieza's got this. Melee attack, Cell stunned. Ultimate Death Ball times 1,000, and Cell is out of here. Oh my god, what a nail in the coffin on that one. So we're going to be going to fight 3. This is our the first 2 out of 3 that I've recorded. First best 2 out of 3 that I've recorded. We're going to be going on to fight 3 to find out who the real golden form winner is. Who has the best golden form? All right, here we go. Moving on to round 3. All right, place your bets now, folks. Could be any one of these guys. Cell, I think Cell like barely squeaked by in the first round with a victory, and Frieza won that. I don't want to say pretty handily because he was down to about a health bar, maybe a little bit more than a health bar. Rolling up on 2. We got Cell charging now. Frieza hiding behind a rock. No, Frieza's charging. They both sizing each other up here, really taking round 3 extra serious. Barrage Death Ball attack. Cell able to dodge some of that and then come back with a Golden Death of his own. He loves that Golden Death spam, but it hits. That Golden Death, as you can see, taking about 3/4 of the health bar when he gets all of it, when he lands all of it. And that is a good amount. Oh my god! Cell dodging 2 Frieza attacks, eating the 3rd one in the face. Amazing move by Frieza. Planet Destroyer by Cell. Oh my god, I don't know how much health Frieza just lost. That was nuts. I really don't know how much health Frieza lost. He is he's got to be a little bit worse for it. As you can see, though, Cell is almost on his yellow bar. Frieza still has another green bar left. He's getting another Golden Death attack here. As I was saying earlier, you're going to see some of these moves have names, and I'm either going to use the wrong name or I'm going to use the right. Like, I'm going to play around with the names. I might name the moves myself and just start calling them whatever I want to call them, because some of the moves seem kind of accurate. Some of the names of the move don't seem that accurate. I don't know who named these. I'm not trying to, you know, like, fucking, these guys suck at what they're doing. It's just some of them don't seem fitting to me. Some of the names to these moves, especially these made-up moves on characters like you know, Golden Cell and things like that. So I might name these moves myself, something different, something I find more fitting. So if you end up, if you like Thundershot, it says Golden Death on the side, but I'm calling it Golden Death Beam. Just know I read it. I'm saying my own thing because I feel like Golden Death Beam fits better in this scenario. Frieza now again going to work on Cell. Frieza still with a pretty hefty advantage here. Once again, Cell with the defense buff, so the health doesn't exactly line up the way it is. Cell almost down to his last health bar already, though. He's got to get to work on Frieza, who is hanging on to a good chunk of health. Good chunk of health left here. Yeah, Cell down to his last health bar. He's gonna have to turn it around. If this lands, it's over. It doesn't. Cell got the boost, the block from being on the ground. Hit him with the most Divine Roast of 2017. I don't think it'll be enough, though. He's got to get on the offensive. You can't let Frieza keep hammering him here. This is going to be it. I think Golden Frieza's going to take this one. Here come the barrage of melee, and that's it. Even with the defense buff, Frieza. So, all right. So, how are we gonna dial that one up? First round, close victory went to Golden Cell. Second round, semi-close victory went to Golden Frieza, because, you know, two health bars wasn't that much, especially considering Cell had the defense buff and Frieza didn't. And then round 3, Frieza just took it to Cell. That was it. Frieza just leveled Cell. So I hope you guys are enjoying the fight series as I continue to upload these. Please leave a like if you guys enjoy this kind of series. Again, I think I'm doing an outro screen. If the outro screen isn't there, ignore this. I think I'm doing an outro screen with important questions at the end of these videos. I'm not sure how I'm going to run this yet, but thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thundershot out. Peace late. I will catch y'all next time. Have a good one, everybody.